This is Bishop Garland Hunt. This is the Power of Hope devotional. Listen, and I told you I'm in Peachtree Corners, Georgia. The Father's House is the church I pastor. Love to have you be a part of us or sow into us, anything you'd like to do. So anyway, but just want to mention to you that we're here. I want to ask you this critical question. Are you wearing grave clothes? Are you still wearing your grave clothes? Well, you say, man, gee, what are you talking about, Bishop? I never had on grave clothes. I haven't been dead. Well, let's talk about it. First of all, when you were saved, have you ever talked about having to die to the old man? The old man must die. When you're baptized, you're baptized into a watery grave. So what you publicly have confessed, you're baptized into it. So it's baptism of the death. That those things that you were, you're no longer that, and you come up as a new man. So there is a death that you go. So being born again means that you actually you're reborn. So the old man dies, you're crucified to the flesh, and that the new man, the spiritual man, comes forth. But I'm asking you the question: do you still have on some grave clothes related to that death? Now, just to give you a perfect example, when Jesus was resurrected, when Mary saw the body of Christ and they saw they were there, when they saw his resurrection, they ran to tell the disciples. So Peter was the one that was he immediately had to see for himself. So he came down there and all he saw was the linen grave clothes that was there, but Jesus wasn't there. So he saw Jesus's grave clothes there laying there in the tomb, but Jesus was gone. So that let him know that Jesus had been resurrected. The other example I want to give you is when Jesus came and he was met with Martha and Mary, actually. And Martha said, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. If you were here, my brother would not have died. And you remember the whole situation was that Jesus heard about it, still took days there to continue to work, 2 days there. Then he also had a 2-day journey. So here you had all those days, 4 days. And so Martha was saying, man, he said, well, he'll live again. He said, well, he's been in the grave 4 days. He stinks. He's been in the grave 4 days. He stinks. So now Jesus said, but I am the resurrection and the life. I am the resurrection. So he says, well, take me to the tomb. Take me to where Lazarus was buried. And so they took him there and he said, remove the rock. In other words, so then he said, Lazarus, come forth. Lazarus, come forth. And so Lazarus come out. But Lazarus didn't come out like, wow, I'm free. He still came out like a mummy because he was wrapped in his grave clothes. So he just kind of stumbled out alive, but still wrapped in the grave clothes. Jesus said, loose him and let him go. Loose him of his grave clothes and let him go. I'm saying to you, loose yourself, strip yourself of the grave clothes, because some of you still act like you were unsaved. Some of you still get angry. Some of you still cuss. Some of you still smoke. Some of you still drink. Some of you still do some of the things that you did, your attitude, your depressions, the things that you say, you're still negative. You still act like the old man sometimes. Are you totally free from the old man? If you're not totally free, to that degree, you still have on grave clothes. If you're not totally in Christ's likeness, grave clothes show up. You're free, who the Son sets free is free indeed, but you're free in terms of spirit, but you're not free in terms of your mobility, your freedom, because you still have grave clothes on you. And I'm telling you right now, you can never be free in Jesus Christ if you're still bound to those grave clothes. This is Bishop Garland Hunt. This is the Power of Hope devotional. I'll talk to you next time.